My name is Matilda Ståhl. I'm a doctoral student from Åbo Akademi Vasa in Educational Sciences. Today I'm going to talk about gamification at the university, and this is the first part where I try to define what gamification actually is. We'll start with the difference between game-based learning and gamification. Game-based learning is when you use games in education, and these games can be digital or analog. Using games in education is nothing new, since the game memory has been used in education for a long time. The new thing here is using digital games or video games. Gamification, on the other hand, is when you use game elements in education. I attended a conference on games and learning a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed that there's still a debate on how to actually define gamification. The classical approach is when you use badges or achievements in order to track your progress. Let's say that in your course, a student is required to read one article and summarize it in order to earn one badge. When the student reads a book and summarizes that, he or she earns 3 badges. In order to pass the course, the student needs to earn a total of 10 badges. These demands are in themselves nothing new, and they should be in line with the course criteria. However, when presented this way, the student might find it more motivating to reach these demands. However, this view on gamification is rather limited, and it suits some subjects better than others. We wish to state that it's possible to use other elements of games than the mechanics and still call it gamification. For an example, you could use the narrative of a game, the visual environment, the characters, the dialogue, or the music. We did this in visual art education with our students that are future primary teachers. We recreated an environment from the game Elder Scrolls Skyrim, using only everyday items such as chairs and fabrics. With the right lighting, images of the game environment projected on the wall, and with the music playing in a loop, the students were able to create an almost dystopian environment that could function as a starting point for a creative process. You might think this has nothing to do with you, but all kinds of education can be gamified. Think about it. How could you use gamification in the course you're currently teaching? As always, when you bring something new into your teaching, you should save a lot of time for your own preparations, but also for introducing this new method for your students. Start out on a small scale, perhaps with the badges, and work your way from there. You might end up with an entire course designed as a game, where the student saves the day by performing the task you presented them with.